name is Joe Loughran, Marketing Vice President with Levinson and Associates. Today we're talking about Principal, our brand new carrier rollout. We've got some excellent guest speakers, and I'm actually going to go ahead and introduce Carrie Levinson, who is our president. And actually, Carrie, if you're on, feel free to go ahead. Carrie, if you can hear me, we're ready for you here if you're able to have audio. It looks like we're having some audio issues with Carrie, so I'll go ahead and advance to the next slide here. Before we dive into today's presentation, I do want to mention the annual expo, which is actually 1 week from today, which of course is the 24th of April. It is going to be starting at about 9 a.m. going to about 5 p.m. and it is actually located down here in sunny South Florida, right in Deerfield Beach. As you can see from the pictures, it is a beautiful beachfront resort right in the ocean. We're actually having a day full of sales ideas and concepts that we'll be focusing on. You can see the presenter list at the bottom. I've got a lot of great material, and what we try to focus on is giving the agents a sales idea, a sales concept that you can actually take with you that Friday afternoon and actually start using as early as Monday morning. So a lot of great material we're going to be covering. We've got some great presenters, definitely a day you do not want to miss. If you have not RSVP'd for this event, please feel free to reach out to the office today. Let us know exactly if you're able to make it. We can get you on the list. So again, we're providing lunch, breakfast, great prizes throughout the day, just a lot of great material. This will actually be the 8th year that we're hosting that event. And then right before we jump into today's presenters, I also want to actually point out on the carrielevinson.com website, for those agents that are able to log in underneath the marketing tab, you'll be able to find a lot of great resources we're going to be covering today. You'll also receive an email confirmation this afternoon that will include a lot of great material that we're going to be covering. So right underneath that marketing tab on carrielevinson.com, you can access all the material, and also feel free to reach out to our marketing team. We can really help you run quotes, get familiar with the Principal product line, and really take advantage of all the things that they have to offer. I'm going to actually go ahead and turn it over to Andrew. Andrew is our Senior Internal Support at Principal Life, and I'm going to actually switch over the presentation controls. And Andy, if you can hear me, whenever you're ready, go right ahead.
Great, great. Real excited about this call today, and thanks for everybody taking some time out of their busy schedule here on a Friday. Joe, can you see the screen okay of the list of products that we have here at the Principal?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, good, good, good. Well, like I said, really excited about this call today. We've got some great resources that assist me here at the Principal. I've got John Williams, our regional underwriter for this relationship, and then I've got Dan Hardy, who is a senior Bose internal, and he'll be going over our business owner executive solution platform here in a little bit. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes here just to talk about the Principal, and then also just jump in and give a high profile of our product portfolio. So at the Principal, you know, we kind of go with 3 buckets here, and we feel that, you know, all carriers have products, but what we're really trying to do right now is really show the value and show the difference of why you should or why your client should choose a Principal. Like I mentioned, I feel we've got 3 great buckets, and we'll definitely go over those today. One of the buckets is our underwriting and our, you know, game-changing accelerated underwriting, and John will go over that and some of our other underwriting services. So that's bucket 1, which is a great value outside of the spreadsheet. The other one is our Bose platform, our business owner executive solution, and the concepts and the services that we can bring to the table, and Dan's going to do a great job of going over that. The other one, outside of product, I mean, all carriers have products, and we definitely have some great products, and definitely we'll go over those and tell you what we feel is great about them, obviously. But the other one is service. We're obviously a Midwestern company, and we like to pride ourselves on service, and with that is the people. So all of our underwriters, all of our case coordinators, myself, the Bose team, our advanced solutions, we all have phones and emails, and are definitely available to help out with case design, or just general knowledge on our services and our products. So services is definitely the third bucket that I wanted to share with you guys, and something that we do pride ourselves on. So to kind of jump into our products, we built a very diverse and robust portfolio. We've got our term product, which is priced very competitively. We've got 4 different ones, 10, 15, 20, and 30. Like I mentioned, very competitive priced. The nice thing about it is we do have a very nice conversion privilege. So anytime within that level term timeline up to age 70, you can convert to a majority of all of our products. With that, we just have one exception, and that is you have to wait 2 years to get to our UL Protector, which is our guaranteed product. But available to convert that to any of our current assumption, variable, even to an SUL product. So that's a real nice feature for our term product. Moving forward to our protector, our UL Protector, and our SUL Protector, those are both a guaranteed product. So it's definitely for someone seeking guarantees. Cash value is not necessarily high on that product, but it is one that you can guarantee up to lifetime, or you can actually dial it back to. So real flexible on the durations, age 95, 100, even less if need be. So a real nice product there. It is available for our guaranteed and simplified issue product portfolio, and also has a super standard risk class. From there, going to our current assumption ULs, we actually have 3 of those, and this is where we're seeing the biggest increase of sales or interest is with our current assumption. We all kind of are seeing the progression into that direction in the industry. So we do have 3 of them that fit really nicely and are available to hit all type of needs. The first one I wanted to mention is our Protector UL Flex 2. With that, it's a flexible product, as the name suggests. And with that, all of our current assumption ULs, the Flex, the Accum, and the IUL, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, are all protection-based. And with that, a real low cost chassis. So the COIs are very minimal, and that's why we're seeing such a success, because our IUL, or our Flex 2 product, is actually at a 3.75 fixed crediting rating. But because of the low cost chassis, we are able to compete with other products with higher interest rates. So it is a protection-based product, but definitely has the upside of cash value. Where we're seeing the sweet spot on all these current assumption products is cash value at that 20 to 30-year period. A couple nice features for it is it does come with a critical illness rider. It's a rider that once the client goes into chronic illness, the death benefit can be accelerated. The nice thing about it also is you don't pay for it if you don't use it. It is on our base policies, but there is no upfront fee on that. So another nice feature is if they are looking to use this product but would like to have a little bit more guarantee, the base protection on it for guarantees is 10, but you can utilize another extended no-lapse guarantee rider, and that will actually guarantee it up to age 95 or 35, just with minimal effect on the cash value and additional premium. So that's the first product in our line of current assumption ULs. The next one you'd see is our principal UL Accum. This one does have a slightly higher interest rate at 4.25, and why it would be something that you'd look at is it does have an early cash value rider. It is the only one in our 3 UL product portfolio that has that rider. So we're seeing that one when people are looking to overfund, anywhere from that 1.5 to 2 target is where you're going to see that one kind of shine. And it does have the chronic illness rider on it also, but only has a 10-year guarantee. So That one you're going to see when you're utilizing it for more of the business situations, while the UL Flex 2 is going to be more for those independent or individual type of cases. The last UL product is our Principal Index Universal Life Flex product. We just introduced that just last year, so a little bit late to the game, but we kind of did that on purpose. We wanted to make sure that we had a product that we didn't have to apologize for, and was definitely something that we felt confident made sense, and did a nice fit into our already robust portfolio. So it is an index product. It does have 3 different index-linked accounts. We've got the fixed at 4.5. We've got 2 different buckets. We've got the total return and then the price return. The difference is the total return does have effects of dividends and is month to month, while the price return would be more like your traditional annual type of linked accounts. It does have an extended no-lapse guarantee rider, but that one is slightly different, just to age 90 or for 25 years, whichever is less. And then that does actually have the SIDBAR or the chronic illness rider on it also. Like I mentioned, the chronic illness rider, you don't pay for it unless you use it. So it is similar to a long-term care rider, but not necessarily the exact same. It's kind of our way of trying to put on another value on top of our product. Outside of that, we then move to our Principal variable product. That's more of a protection-based VUL. It does have a return of COI rider on it, and you are able to solve for death benefit guarantees to 65, 85, and 100. We do have new enhancements to that actual product coming in May, which would increase targets and also cash value opportunities. So something real exciting coming up in May is just the revamp of our VUL and trying to make that more of a competitive product on the cash build and income out type of scenarios. Just to piggyback on that, then, one thing that we do feel is a value add and unique to the industry is the combination of income out features that we have on all of our products, our Flex, our Accum, our IUL, and our Variable. And what those are is we actually have payment scheduling ability via a form. So with this one form, you're able to schedule the premium or the payments, and then also tell us when you want to have those distributions out. So the features we have are payment scheduling, change from death benefit 2 to death benefit 1 automatically. We automatically switch from surrenders from basis to loans, and then with that we also do recalculation annually. So with this one form that I spoke of, if you're looking to have a certain dollar amount or you're looking to have a certain percentage out, we'll on an annual basis recalculate and provide you with information to let you know what needs to happen to that policy to make sure that you're getting what you're looking for on that. So if you're looking for a certain percentage or if you're looking for a certain dollar amount, we've got the capabilities to work with you, work with the client to make sure that that happens. And then also the nice piece is the overloan protection rider. So once that policy hits about 92% of cash value being used up, we'll actually lock that into no lapse so that there isn't any type of tax implications. So we feel that, and I believe we are unique to the industry with having all those features. Now, there is other companies that have 1 or 2 of those, but we actually have those all and have a real nice piece that you can get from Joe and his group to talk about that. Outside of that, we do have a Principal VUL business product, and I believe Dan will probably talk a little bit more about that when he has his time here in a little bit, because it is a nice fit to our Bose platform, and it's more of a COLI type of product that you'd be used to on our non-qualified side. The beauty of that one is it does have over 100 different investment opportunities, and it also does have a high early cash value rider on it. So similar to the Acume, but is even more powerful and better. So that right there kind of wraps up our portfolio of products here at the Principal. Definitely would love to have further conversations with you on those products, and can definitely get more information on the products that you're interested on. Joe, any questions, comments on our products?
No, I think that's excellent.
Great, great. Well, happy to have John Williams here. He's a regional underwriter for the relationship, and he's going to touch base on 3 key programs and probably some other good stuff too, but 3 key programs that we have here at the Principal.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I'm hoping.
Yep,
yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, good enough. All right. I'm John Williams. I am the Regional Chief Underwriter responsible for the AIN underwriting team. We have 4 underwriters on this team, and we handle all of the business that's handled that comes from your offices and all the other AIN offices. We have a couple different exciting underwriting programs, which I'm going to talk to you about this afternoon. The first one is our new innovative accelerated underwriting program. To start off, I'm going to say that accelerated underwriting is not a simplified issue program, nor is it a guaranteed issue program. What it is, however, is a simpler and easier way to qualify your clients and to get your clients approved for face amounts of up to $1 million. Now, how this program works is, number one, it's available to clients up through insurance age 60. It's available for up to $1 million, and it's not limited to any plan. Every plan and product that Andy just told you about is available in our accelerated underwriting program. We can also, I mentioned that we will approve up to $1 million. We can approve a $500,000 term, a $500,000 indexed UL if you have 2 different needs. So it's not limited to one purpose, to one product. When we approve cases within the accelerated underwriting program, they are approved for up to $1 million. So in situations where you may have applied for $500,000, but then you think, hey, I've been approved, so therefore let's see if we can't if there's a need for an additional $500,000 here, and we can certainly handle that within 90 days of when that application was taken. So I've told you what the product or what this program is. Now, how does it work? When you go out and talk to your client, you will take the Part A application. That is the application that lists just the demographics, the name, the date of birth, the address, the owner and the beneficiary, and what coverage is in force. You will also get the signature page, which is our Part C. And then you will also get, if there's any other ancillary replacement forms, producers reports, etc., those will be collected at that time also. What you will not get at that time is the Part B non-medical, nor will you order any exam requirements at that time. We have a tele-app unit. Now, our tele-app, which takes care of all of the Part B non-medical questions, that is done by a Principal unit. These are employees of Principal. They're all housed in Des Moines, and this unit has been around since about 18 years. 1997, I think, is when they started. So it was a unit that was not just started for this program. It's one that we have used with our career distribution side for many, many years, and we have decided that this is the perfect fit for the accelerated underwriting program. And how does it fit with this program? We ask the typical questions that a non-medical would entail. Do you have hypertension? If that answer is yes, then they will ask other questions. Who is your doctor? Do you know what your blood pressure is? What medications are you taking it? Do you take it all the time? How often do you see your doctor? With this type of an interview, with these drop-down questions, and this interview will take about 15 to 20 minutes on average. We can take this information and we put it into our computer, and then we also get an MVR we get the MIB, and we get a prescription database that is provided to us by Millman. We take all of this information, the prescription database, the MIB and the MVR, and the answers to the on the Tele app, and it goes into the computer, and an algorithm score is kicked out. If the algorithm score comes up that you're approved, we will then issue the policy then and there. Typically, once we get the Part B Tele app completed, it takes 24 to 48 hours. We have some cases in which the approval was done the very same day that the Part A of the app was taken, so it can be very quick. Now, how does this work? What's the best way to get clients approved? Number one, I mentioned we are, this is available on any product up through age 60. When you go and visit your client, the key to what we found is a key to the success is the checklist in which Andy has presented or is put up on the screen right now. Going through this checklist, and this will tell people who is qualified and who will not be qualified. You can go through the applicant's questions. Are you a citizen of the United States, yes or no? Do you have hypertension? Are the readings at this level? Getting through this questionnaire and having pretty much everything come up as a no, there's an excellent chance of greater than 60% that you will be approved. This is the key and to having the success of this program is diligently going through this checklist, having your client fill it out, and making sure that based on what we have here so far, there's an excellent chance that they will be approved. Now, another key to the success of this program is setting the expectation of the clients. This program is designed to make it simpler and easier to get up to $1 million of coverage. With that, no fluids, no exams. If you walk into your client's office and say, I have a way in which you can get coverage without getting an exam or without getting any blood drawn, all you have to do is make this phone call. Well, if by chance they're not approved and you go back, oops, wait a minute, we need to have this done now, they're probably not going to be very happy. They're going to say, wait a minute, you told me that I didn't have to do this. Once again, we approve about 60% of the people that go through this checklist and qualify based on the checklist information. The proper way or the best way that we have found that this works is if you talk to your client and advise them, for $1 million of coverage you normally need an exam and a blood profile and a urinalysis. We might have a way to get this done without having you have to do those items. Here's how you need to do it. You need to complete this Part A and Part C of the application, and then make a phone call and talk to somebody about your medical history. If that goes okay, we won't need it. We'll know in probably 48 hours or so if you qualify. So that's the best way to do this. Once again, our Tele app unit, that can be completed point of sale, dialing the 800 number listed, and we have our Tele app interviewers available 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday, and that's all Central Standard Time. So, and once again, if everything goes through within 24 to 48 hours of when we get all the Part A and Part B and Part C information, that computer kicked out a score and you will have a policy sent to you. One other note is the Part B that we take over an interview. Once that is completed, once we have the entire app, that copy of that Part B is sent to the agency, so they will have the complete file also. Now, as I mentioned, approximately 60% of the people qualify for this. Obviously, those 30 will have a higher percent than those age 55. That's just the way the algorithm score is working. When you're in your 50s, you're probably getting a 30 to 35% approval rate, but when you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s, we're looking at 70, 75% approval rate on this one here. Now, if you are not approved, what happens then? Do we throw the app away? No, we certainly do not. Once again, this is available for any product that we have. It's available for our regular premium rate. The regular commissions are paid on this product. So what we'll do on cases that are not approved, it will go into our normal underwriting team, and regular underwriting will commence. You will get a letter saying that, I'm sorry, but we could not qualify you for accelerated underwriting. We will, however, process this application with our normal underwriting, and we will ask you if you want principal to order the exam requirements and possibly even the APS, or at that time, if the agency, if you want to take over handling of that case. You have your option of, for these smaller cases, up to $1 million of face amount, of not handling any part of it and letting us do all the work for you. So that, once again, about 60% get approved on a normal first look basis. For those that are not approved and have to go through regular underwriting, we are finding that we are still approving about half of those. So another 50% of the 40% that aren't getting approved, we can approve through our normal underwriting process. It's just that, you know, they've answered some questions, or they've done listed a few things on the checklist, or we have found something either in MIB or in an RX database which says we would like to get a little more information on this here. So one other item that I will mention on the program, and that's something called a random holdout. Just like your TSA screenings, where you can go and get pre-approved for walking through security quicker, they every now and then will stop somebody and say, wait a minute, we have to make sure that everything is fine, we're going to check you. Yes, this is a new program. It's only been in force for a little over a year. We are still checking on our quality, and we are still checking that the requirements that we have, the premiums we have, et cetera, all still work on this program. So we will do a very, very small percent. It is a single-digit percent of the applications that come in will be held out. Now, when are they held out? These are ones that would normally be approved. The underwriter, when they get ready to hit the button that says approved, issue the policy, something pops up that says timeout, no, this is randomly held out and needs to go through full underwriting. So the good news is if everything in the full underwriting comes up as it has been described on the checklist, as we have found so far, then this case should also be approved through full underwriting. And we're finding that to be pretty much the case. That's what I have on accelerated underwriting. Are there any? I went through that very quickly. It's a good program. It's an exciting program, and we have seen great success with it. I just wonder if there are any questions at this point before I go into a couple other areas that we have to offer.
Yep, I think we're all set.
Okay, good. A couple other underwriting programs that we do have to offer here at the Principal. Number one is called our Healthy Lifestyle Credit Program, and this program serves two purposes, and you'll see it up on the top right. There are no limitations due to age, plan, or face amount. We look at our Healthy Lifestyle credits on every single application that comes in the door that we do full underwriting on. We look at the build, the blood pressure, the pulse, the total cholesterol, the cholesterol HDL ratio, the family history, whether or not an EKG has been done, and whether or not, or how often or how recent somebody has seen a doctor for a complete exam, and have they had any preventative testing done, like a PSA, colonoscopy, mammograms, etc. We score these, and we use these to help determine whether somebody is preferred class or super preferred class. And we also use these to help reduce a rating on a case by up to 2 tables. Taking the latter idea first, or the latter program first, if we rate a case table 4 for, let's say, ulcerative colitis, and they have the adequate number of healthy lifestyle credits, we can reduce that to a table 2. For our preferred criteria, we have certain levels of build, certain levels of blood pressure, and of cholesterol that will qualify people for preferred, or qualify them for super preferred, or for our super standard class. So if somebody's cholesterol HDL ratio is 4.5, our cutoff for super preferred is 4.0 or less. So based on that, they would not qualify for a super preferred class. However, if that's the only disqualifications and there are enough healthy lifestyle credits, we can use those HLCs to requalify that person for a super preferred class. So healthy lifestyle credits can reduce a table rating. It can also reduce a temporary $5 per thousand flat extra. And it can also qualify people for preferred or super preferred classes. That's why it's important. That's why we look at that program on every single case that we have. Our second program that we have, and this one is available, it's called our ASAP program, Automatic Standard Approval Program. This is good for UL only, any of our UL or SUL products. It's good for up to $5 million of coverage, and only good through age 70, through insurance age 70. And how that program works is, as it's mentioned here on the screen, Table 3 or a flat extra of $750 to standard can be reduced to a standard rate. Okay, so in this program, and I will also mention here that we combined this program, or we can combine it, with our Healthy Lifestyle Credit Table Reduction Program. So if we have a 65-year-old applying for $5 million of our IUL, they're rated Table 3. We will take that and we will reduce it to standard. Now, if we have that same 65-year-old that might be rated Table 5, and we can use healthy lifestyle credits, they do not have an impairment which is disqualified from using healthy lifestyle credits. We can use the two-table reduction of the on our healthy lifestyle credits to get it from a 5 to a 3, and then we can take that, use our ASAP program, and reduce that Table 3 to a standard. So these are two very good programs that we can, number one, qualify people for preferred, and also use to reduce the table ratings on cases. A couple other areas that I will mention that are our niches, I think. Number one, I mentioned survivorship. In our survivorship products, we do accept uninsurable classes, and we have 7 separate uninsurable classes. Why do we have so many? Well, there are people that are uninsurable with a 15-year life expectancy, and some people are uninsurable with a 2-year life expectancy, and we just didn't feel that it's proper to charge both of those individuals the same rate. So our uninsurable U1 class, we utilize primarily on cases that we're going to have to postpone, where we see maybe they had cancer 3 years ago and we have to wait 4 to 5 years before we can insure them. They will be classified as an uninsurable U1. The other end of the spectrum is our uninsurable U7. That is primarily for people with, number one, less than 2 years of life expectancy, but number two, also are cognizant enough to know that they are being covered for life insurance, and they can also have the ability to sign the application. With the U7, once we have classified them as an uninsurable U7, and that's usually by the way of attending physician statements, no other medical requirements are needed. They don't have to go through the exams, the blood profile, the EKG, etc. Anything between a U2 and a U6, the underwriter will look at the case. We have life expectancy charts, which our actuarial department has designed for us, and we will take a look at that, and we will just marry the two together and come up with either U3, 4, 5, 6, or 2, or whatever it is. Each one of these programs are used on either one of the survivorships. We can issue a uninsurable with up to a Table 16 if we need to, up through age 70. So our survivorship program we have found to be a very good and accepted program by the field. Another area which I think is our niches, a niche for us, is in our aviation and or hazardous sports areas. We kind of separate the medical and the non-medical ratings on these. So we, for the most part, will allow our best medical class, which is super preferred, when there is or is not a rating for either aviation or a hazardous sport. If somebody qualifies for, somebody who is an aviator and qualifies for standard risk without any extra rating, we can issue that as the best medical class. But even if they do have a rating for aviation or a hazardous activity, we can also issue a best medical class plus that rating. And finally, I think we've just revised some of our financial criteria, our financial guidelines. We have what I believe to be very aggressive income replacement figures for personal income replacement coverage. As an example, we can go up to 20 times income on a 55-year-old. At 65-year-old, we can still go up to 10 times income for income replacement coverage. Our key man and our buy-sell coverage. For key man, we typically do 10 times, but this is total compensation, so we will take salary, bonus, profit share, deferred comp, etc., and add that all in and go up to 10 times. Now, we are also seeing an increase in the number of requests for coverage on key person who maybe somebody has invested large sums of money into a firm, and there's one key person there, but he or she isn't making that much money right now. Maybe they're making $250,000 a year, and somebody's invested $10 million worth of coverage into a firm, and they want to insure that key person for $8 or $10 million. And our 10 times rule would only limit it to $250,000. With the proper documentation, with the proper explanation, with the proper letters, etc., we can, in those situations, consider up to 1/2 of what that total investment is, and consider that to be a key person coverage on the case. And that's about it for right now, I think. We have a good, I know Dan's going to talk to you about BOWS, and I will mention that right now on the business owners executive service that we have, that the underwriters have full access, and we take advantage of that to the people in that department. So if there are questions on financial cases, especially on buy-sells where we cannot, the underwriter cannot really get a good handle on what the market value of a company is, we will discuss that with our BOWS individuals and be able to work that out. And plus, if you do the buy-sell review or the market value assessment that we offer you, and that case then comes to us, the financial underwriting is done. We utilize that as the basis for our financial underwriting. And perfect. That is about all that I have right now, unless there are any questions. Hopefully I didn't go over too long.
No, perfect. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Andy.
Oh, I was going to say, thanks, John. I really appreciate that. And I was just going to introduce Dan Hardy then. He's one of our members of our BOWS team, senior internal, great resource, and he's going to talk to you about the services and the concepts that we have available to you.
Perfect. Thank you, Andy. Thanks, John, also for the perfect segue into the BOWS platform here today. And again, I very much appreciate the partnership with Levinson & Associates. Joseph, thanks for setting up this call and for the time, and all the folks at Levinson & Associates. So my name is, as Andy mentioned, I'm Dan Hardy. I'm on the Business Owner and Executive Solutions team. Been on that team for about 4 years now, and have worked on a lot of these cases in partnership with John, with Andy, with Mark, and the folks at Levinson & Associates. So I want to just touch on the platform here today. I want to really stress that it is a very holistic platform, and that holistic approach encompasses 2 different things. The first piece of it is we're looking at the business owner clients that you are working with. We're looking at them not only for the personal insurance they need, but also for the insurance they need because they are business owners, because they are executives. We're looking at them from a number of different angles as well. So you'll see on the screen in front of you, we have our BOWS flower, and that will focus on the 6 primary areas that we look at for business owners and for, in some instances, executives as well. So I like to say, to really summarize that flower, we look at it from what the business valuation that the business owner has worked and poured blood, sweat, and tears and dollar after dollar into that business. We look at what that value is. We look at how to protect that value, how the business owner can turn that value into wealth in retirement, and then lastly, how to transition that business and transition that wealth to the next generation. So it really is soup to nuts. We look at that platform, a holistic approach to working with you and with your business owner clients. The second piece of the business owner platform is that it really is a holistic process approach. So right below that Bose flower that you see on your screen, you'll see the before, during, and after piece. I do want to highlight several of those things here today because John's made mention of several things, Andy's made mention of several things, and these are key things and key flagship services that we can provide to you through Levinson Associates on a complimentary basis. So I'll focus here for a few quick moments on the before the sale side. One of the things that you'll see there, the third bullet down, is complimentary informal business valuations and buy-sell reviews. Now these are critical in opening doors, but also in helping to close those doors when we get to the process of actually putting the plan in place. As John mentioned, we do allow for, underwriters do take into consideration the market valuation for the business that our CPAs will run for you. Again, that is a complimentary service to you, and it does help to really hit the easy button for those business owners, not only from the planning process, but also from the underwriting process, as I'll make mention here shortly. With that complimentary informal business valuation, we look at 5 common methods of valuation, and then we pick the one, or we note the one that is most applicable based on the industry in which that business is. So it is a very robust valuation, as well as a very robust planning considerations to follow. The second service that is provided to you complimentary by the Principal Financial Group through Levinson & Associates is our buy-sell review. If you have a business owner that does not have a buy-sell, for instance, it is of critical importance to have a buy-sell in place for that business owner's business to survive, whether it be because of the death or disability of he or she or his or her partners. Again, it is of critical importance to have a buy-sell. We can help with providing sample buy-sells if they do not have one. We also, if they do have buy-sells, have a service available to you where we review those to make sure that all of the common triggering events are accounted for in that buy-sell, and it's worded appropriately and, most importantly, funded appropriately based on the nature and verbiage in that buy-sell. Those are probably the 2 biggest pieces from a door opening standpoint that we'll offer to you on our Bose platform before the sale. You also have, and John noted, our Advanced Solutions team that's available. We have over 250 years of experience in that space. We have CPAs, attorneys. We have some folks that are both CPAs and attorneys. They are available to you for case discussions, for valuation discussions, as well as for plan discussions with the business owners that you may be working with. So it is a very, again, consultative approach that we take to you and that you can then provide to your business owner clients. During the sale, I know John's touched on a few things, and Andy's made note of a few things as well. Our underwriting platforms are of absolute critical nature when it comes to our Bose plans. We utilize the Accelerant Underwriting Platform very, very often on our Bose platform because, again, many business owners don't want to take the time to go through underwriting. So the Accelerant Underwriting, if they qualify, allows those business owners to hit the easy button and make sure that they get the necessary coverage for the necessary plan, and they do it on an expedited basis. One of the things that is really, again, very important from a during the sale side of the Bose platform is we have customized designs. So I made note earlier of protecting one's value of the business. I made note of exiting the business on the business owner's own terms and getting the appropriate value for that business. We have, as well as estate planning being, again, another facet of that Bose platform, we have over 30 unique plan designs that are tailored based on the entity type. By that, S corporation is going to be different than an LLC, which is different than a partnership, which is different than a C corp. We tailor the plans that we have available to you utilizing life insurance. We tailor those to the entity type, to the reason for the plan, and to whom the plan is being offered, whether it's the owner or key employees or a larger group of employees as well. So we have very, very customized plans that you're able to present to your clients that key in on their tax structure, that key in on the experience that they're having when discussing the plan with their accountants, with their attorneys. Again, our CPAs and attorneys in Advanced Solutions are more than available and more than happy to hop on a call with you and with the business owners, clients, CPAs, and attorneys. It's, again, a very consultative approach. The underwriting piece, again, is very critical during that sale, and it extends not only to our accelerated underwriting programs, our ASAP program, HLC, it extends also to multi-life case underwriting. So if we have 10 lives or more for a case of white-collar management executives, we can look at guaranteed issue. If we have 5 or more, we have simplified issue programs available. That is, again, the during the sale support that is provided to you by us through Levinson and Associates. The last piece, and I think it's probably one of the most critical pieces that we can offer, is the after the sale support. You'll notice the first bullet there says that we have about just over 12,000. That number has actually eclipsed that 12,500. We are over 13,000 business plans, representing in the neighborhood of 30,000 in-force policies. So it's something we've been doing for over 20 years. We provide complimentary administrative services, not only plan level, but also participant level administrative services to you and to your clients. Depending on the concepts, the services will be built out accordingly based on ownership and whatnot. Now, one of the things, I was just working on a plan earlier today. It was an old collateral assignment split dollar plan, and we were looking at 1035ing that plan, and right away our administration folks up in Business Markets Administration said, well, this plan was grandfathered back in 2003. Here's the impacts, and we were on the phone with the broker. Here's the impacts to the business owner client if we 1035 from a current principal product to another principal product because of that grandfathering from a legislative standpoint that happened back in 2003. Here are the impacts, and because of those impacts, that broker said, whoa, I need to take a step back. I need to visit with the client's attorney and CPA to make sure that this is actually what they want to do and it's not just a spur-of-the-moment decision they want to make. So again, it is a very robust legislative as well as tax after-the-sale support that is provided in our administrative platform. We also have one dedicated executive benefits administrator dedicated to Levinson and Associates, as well as a team of administrative associates thereafter to help with additional support. We have annual employee and employer reporting as well as online access for both employees and employers, as well as list billing. So if we have I mentioned a guaranteed issue case and we have 50 people, we do not send 50 bills to your business owner client. We do not send 50 bills of policy statements to you. We send one bill that summarizes that plan as well as each of the individual policies. One of the things that is also cumbersome and in dealing with business owners and business owners CPAs as part of that team, we hear people say that they do not enjoy the economic benefit reporting that comes with split dollar arrangements. We do that on a complimentary basis to your clients, and we allow for that split dollar plan to change each year. And by that I mean change the death benefit amounts by year to benefit or either the business or the employee. We're absolutely happy to help make those changes. And again, we do it on a complimentary basis to make it as easy and as possible to you and to your business owner clients. One of the things that comes up very frequently from an after-the-sale support as well as before and during is why do we do the informal business valuation all the way up to the buy-sell review all the way to the administration after the sale. Why do we do that on a complimentary basis? From a sales perspective, where we're all sitting, the reason we do that is we see additional sales resulting from those plans. One of the things that gets the ball rolling, and I want to leave, I know I'm closing my portion of the call today here with you, is the next step. What's that next step hopefully during this call, from a product standpoint to an underwriting standpoint, you've pegged clients to which these programs might be applicable. One of the things, the next step is, if you're working with a business owner client, is to provide that complimentary and informal business valuation to them to get the ball rolling from a planning and a consultative approach that you can offer to them. One of the, again, most flagship services that we can provide to you on a complimentary basis is our informal business valuation. You'll see on the screen the conversation cheat sheet, if you will, for conversation with business owner clients. That's on the front side, so it talks about, do you actually know the value of one's business? And many business owners, it's about 60%, do not know what their business valuation actually is. And that's scary when many of them are using that as not, if not the entirety of their retirement plan, the major piece of their retirement plan. So it, again, is of importance to make sure that we know the value of the business and how that was arrived at. Are they just pegging in assets minus liabilities, which would be book value, or do they actually know what the fair market would offer to them for their business? We suggest a buy-sell review as well as a valuation review every 2 years. And that's something, again, that we can provide to you on a complimentary basis. If you were to go out to the market and ask for a valuation, for a formal valuation, more than likely they will use the same methods of valuation that we use. However, they'll charge anywhere from $7,000 to $35,000. The most expensive valuation that I've heard of in working with brokers across the country is a $45,000 valuation. Now, that was a formal valuation. We went back and did an informal business valuation, and we were within just a couple percentage points of that formal valuation. Again, the major difference between a formal valuation and the valuation on an informal basis that we provide is that ours is to be used for planning purposes. It's not to be used to submit to the IRS. So again, it's get that ball rolling and take a consultative approach. The last piece that I would like to make note is kind of that action step. If you're requesting an informal business valuation or if you're requesting a buy-sell review, we don't ask for 12 pages of facts. We don't ask for 8 pages of facts. We're asking for 8 questions as well as 3 years of financials. And by that I mean 3 years of income statements and balance sheets or 3 years of tax returns. That's all we need from the business owner and from you to provide this complimentary service to you and get the ball rolling from a consultative approach to open business cases, utilizing then the accelerated underwriting process that we have, the competitive underwriting platforms that we have, as well as the underwriters such as John, to make fantastic underwriting offers with great business products that Andy mentioned and retail products to then put plans in place and get the ball rolling with you. Thank you very much from the Bose team for the opportunity to hop on the call today. And at this point, I'll kick it back over to Andy for and Levinson Associates for closing comments.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Joe, anything that we can provide further or go over? Really appreciated the time to go over those key aspects, some values that we think we bring to the table at the principal.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I appreciate that, Andy, and a special thank you to you, Dan and John, for jumping on today's call. We're going to go ahead and wrap up with today's webinar. And again, I appreciate you guys jumping on. A lot of great information, especially when you look at all the great tools that you guys provide. I don't think we have any other carrier relationship that provides that detailed of a offering to the agent. So definitely appreciate the time. I want to say a special thank you to all the agents, and what we'll do is we'll conclude today's webinar. Thank you again. You'll actually receive an email shortly with all the material that we reviewed today. So thank you again, and everyone have a great week.